Now let's update our functions so that we can send a post that contains the value that we want to save in the database, and then we'll read it back to make sure that it was saved. So we'll start here. We're going to create this jar, which is our cookie jar. We've done this before in other areas, but we've got the jar, the cookie jar, we've got our user token. Here is the jar that we create. Here we're creating the client. Now we've got the parameters that we're going to send in the HTTP post. So that is in this case, it's just a named array, an associative array. So my extension is going to be sent as SIP/199. And then we send that using Guzzle to the site using a post. So the post goes to this full URL. Our form params are that parameter array. We don't want to assume that it just worked. We want to check. So now we've got some SQL statements that go where we check the preferences value, and the preference user is 41 and the key is extension. So then we use self-PDO here to prepare that SQL statement. We assume that this is going to work, so we're asserting true that execute actually happens. We pull the row and then we assert the same, that SIP199 is going to be the same as the row preferences value. Now there's one more thing that we need to do. We check the database here, but we've got the post redirect get pattern in play here. That's really what needs to happen. So after this, we need to add in some code that checks to make sure that we're redisplaying the value that's stored in the database back into the field. So let's take a look and see what that would look like. Okay, so now we're pulling the body string from the response. We're casting it as a string so it makes it easy to search. And now we need to make sure that SIP99 is being shown in the body. So here's what that code looks like. Whenever we save the extension, we're going to do an insert statement. That insert statement saves the extension for that user. And here we go, we got our results, we're execute. And then here is our redirect, our post redirect get pattern is right here. After this is done, we're redirecting them to the settings, which is location. So let's go ahead and run our unit tests and see if that works. And everything is working, it's all happy. So let's go ahead and move on to the testing in the GUI.